This is Alison Gayton, and I am rolling out some snakes of clay for handles. Get dressed. My studio is finally warming up. This is December the 4th, and it's a little humid, kind of cold. So I'm rolling out a snake, which I want to be about the thickness of my thumb. I then widen it by adding texture, but I like to start with that as my base, because it ends up with a good hand familiar proportion. Just looking, make sure I have my bank card. So this is porcelain, and it's very easy to work with, very plastic. It's also called MCS porcelain. This is a little thick. It fires to cone 6, which is about 1270 degrees Celsius. And that's when it becomes fully vitrified. Excuse me. I have to get my library card. Or how about my social insurance card? It's going to be important in a second. So what I do is I add a texture. Like here I've got a piece of coral wrapped in fisherman's bait net. Something I found on my favorite beach, Bay Shore. I'm going to apply texture. I've lifted this end of the snake so that it will stretch more easily as I apply pressure, thus taking control of the displacement. Because basically when you hit the clay, a little bit of clay gets displaced, and you want it to sort of, ooh, I don't know what that's going to look like. We'll see. A little bit of clay gets displaced, so you want it to stretch out a little. Stretch out and be a little bit longer. And also wider. I also have a piece of a scouring pad wrapped in net. I like net quite a bit. Just to add it a little bit here and there. I also like to add a texture to the inside of handles because that's where a lot of the tactile experience of handles takes place. So here I am adding a sort of subtle smoothing texture on the outside of these. The stiff sponge. All right. Now, these need to be cut up and measured out so that they are proper size for my handles. Now, the way that I do it is always the same. I take a card, like a card that fits in your wallet, and I measure the full length, like this. And then I roll it and measure the short length, like this. And then that's where I cut. And that way I have a handle that's about this big. And the way that I bend it is so that the inside of the handle is the same width as the long part of the card. So it ends up being a really familiar dimension for people. So this mug is slightly too soft for me to add this handle to right now, but you can see how the proportions work. Like it's like that. And so that makes a really nice size for a hand to fit inside. So that's how that's the geometry behind my handles. Any questions, you can email me at alisongayton.com, or you can like my Facebook page and message me through that. Oh yeah, the Facebook page is I Love St. John Pottery, because that's the name of my business. Thanks.